Good morning, tripsters!
Welcome! We are in
Yekaterinburg!
Yekaterinburg.
Yes, we arrived here last night after a 27-hour train ride all the way from Moscow here to Yekaterinburg, about 1,1700 kilometers.
Yeah, it was really far and it took about a whole day and a couple hours. And we arrived last night, and so the first thing we did, because you can imagine we got off the train pretty hungry, so we went and got some dinner after we checked into our little hostel. And then after that, we just went back and crashed.
And crashed and slept until this morning. And we started the morning with some breakfast at our hostel that was included. And now we are out and about exploring Yekaterinburg by foot.
Yeah, so behind us we have this university, and we have a statue up here if you can see him. We have a map, which is actually pretty cool because we're gonna walk along this thing. What is it?
It's a red line through the city that takes you along the main highlights.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, somebody took the initiative, like artists and citizens, to make something for tourist visitors to show Yekaterinburg. So they put a long list of sites and buildings on a website, and then citizens could vote.
Everybody had to come and vote, and so they picked about 35 sites, and then they painted on the sidewalk, which we'll show you later. They actually painted on the sidewalk a red line, so you can walk along the red line, and then they made maps for it, as you can imagine. And if you walk along this red line, you'll see about 35 of the famous sites here. And so we're starting here somewhere in the middle because this is what we're close to, and we're starting here at the university, and behind us we have this statue. So we're hoping to see a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited to explore Yekaterinburg, see what it has,
we'll probably
like.
stop for some lunch along the way, hopefully get some good Russian lunch, and maybe we'll film that and have a little video about that, or add it into this one. But it should be an interesting day.
Yeah. Without further ado, let's start exploring.
Okay, let's get going. Look at these old buses, they're pretty cool.
This wind is not very cool. I'm gonna have a Marilyn Monroe moment.
Oh. If you happen to be Russian and you're reading this, watching this, tell us what this guy's name is. Maybe what he did. Because everything is in Russian.
Which makes sense.
Well, it makes sense, but makes it hard for us to understand. Yvonne getting her Instagram photos. Be sure to check us out at Trip-It or go Yvonne. This is supposed to be the most beautiful old house in all of Yekaterinburg, according to the plaque. It is a pretty house. And over here we have the water that we're about to walk along. I think the cool thing about Russia is it has so much history.
Yeah.
And that's what makes like every city like interesting. There's buildings and there's monuments and there's all kinds of cool stuff to see in churches. We're approaching the Church on the Blood. It looks pretty cool. are they selling?
Silver.
Oh, like silverware and silver.
Silverware.
Oh, and jewelry. You still enjoying your trip?
Yes, I am. We're walking in the main street now here, still following the red line. It's a beautiful day still, and like lots of pretty buildings actually. I'm surprised because at first when we decided to stop here in Yekaterinburg, I wasn't sure what to expect from it, but
surprisingly,
I like it a lot so far. So yeah, good call.
we're now in a beautiful little park.
We're not going to tell you the name.
We can't pronounce the name.
I can't even talk today. Yeah, we're not going to tell you the name because we can't even pronounce it.
It's the Dolilaskia Park or something.
We'll put the name right under in the screen so you can look it up.
It's actually close to the walking route that you do if you take the red line. We got a little lost.
If you miss a red line. So the thing with the red line is there's a lot of construction happening here in the city. So they're taking apart the sidewalk and then all of a sudden the red line disappears. Gone, and you're like, okay, now where? And we do have the actual map with the red line, but we're also just kind of wandering around.
We're coming up to the center, but the fountain is not on, even though I see a kid swimming. A couple kids swimming.
There's water in there.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I guess if you don't have a swimming pool, you have a fountain. Just strip down and
jump right in.
Probably shouldn't film that. Yvonne, you want to strip down and jump in?
I'm gonna strip down and jump in Lake Baikal.
Oh yeah, hopefully in a few days.
I brought my swimsuit. So.
What, 3 days after the train ride?
Yeah. We just had a lunch here at Pelmeni Club.
Yeah, Pelmeni Club, and this is like the food that we had on the food drawer if you watch that video. They're like little dumplings, and actually we were just wandering around. We were kind of upset we couldn't find any place to eat. We wanted to eat something traditional, kind of Russian, but we kept finding like barbecue places,
burgers, pizza, pasta, and we didn't want that.
And so we were getting a little annoyed and a little upset. And we came down this street. We're following the red line still, as you can see. We're still on the red line, and we came across it. You can see it behind us, and we went in, and
then at first it didn't have any of the things I wanted to eat. I wanted to eat borscht and like a specific filling. Then I tried another soup, Valyenka.
Yeah.
It was similar, also with sour cream and
that one was pretty good,
pickles
actually.
in them. It was really tasty.
Olives and pickles and sour cream and little pieces of meat. And at the end they gave us a gift because I guess they just thought it was nice of us to come in, or maybe because they got our order wrong because she couldn't,
they couldn't give
her what she wanted.
Of the 2 dishes I wanted.
So they gave us some tea.
Yeah.
And you'll get some clips of the B-roll and of the food we ate. It was actually pretty cool. And if you guys happen to be here and you're walking on the red line,
check them out.
Check them out.
The food was tasty.
The food was tasty, and you can see behind it's called the Pelmeni
Club.
Pelmeni Club.
And they have an English menu, so you'll be able to order. No problem.
And the waiters were nice. They were also able to speak a little bit of English and translate.
And we used Google Translate.
So. All right, we're going to continue on our trip and head back for the rest of the evening, finish the red line, and then probably have some dinner and get on the train. So we're ending our day here in Yekaterinburg.
Yes, as you can see, we're back on the station.
We're about to get on
Train
this
behind us.
one.
Yes.
And head to
Irkutsk for like 2 full days, like over 50 hours to get to Irkutsk.
So this has been our vlog for the day here and kind of our 24 hours here in Yekaterinburg. Still struggling with the name. Give me a couple more days and I'll be able to pronounce it.
We hope you enjoyed watching it, enjoyed us with blah. We hope you enjoyed walking with us along the red line here in Yekaterinburg and seeing some cool sights here in the city.
So we got to see a little bit of the city. I hope you guys like it. Give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe.
Yes.
And subscribe so you can see the next part, because we're about to get on this train and head to Irkutsk. And that's going to be like a 3.5, well, what,
2 days.
2.5 hours. Well, we're getting on now at 9:30 and we arrive in 3 days.
2 days later in the morning. 3 days.
3 days. We arrive on a 3rd day in the morning. So she's saying 2 because she's trying to minimize.
2 full days on the train. Look for the positive side. All right. Subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.